What's going on, guys? I know it has been a very long time since I have made a video. Um, so today's video is going to be covering what mods I'm going to be using in my KOTOR 2 playthrough. Recently I've decided that I'm going to stream some KOTOR 2 over on Twitch, as well as KOTOR 1, but I believe we're going to start with the second one first. And this video is going to cover what mods I'm going to be installing, as well as how to install those mods. And I'll be showing you where I got most of them from as well. And yeah, so this video will be linked in the Twitch chat whenever anyone asks me what mods I'm using. Because there is a decent chunk of mods, I'm just going to make this video to cover what I'll be using. It'll be easier that way. I'm not going to be using every single mod here because during my test playthrough, I've actually installed all these to my mobile phone, the KOTOR 2 mobile version. I have all of these installed on my phone, and I did get some crashes that I think is from the TSL Armor expansion. So we're not going to be using this mod. And I think there's a couple other ones that have compatibility issues with other mods that I have in here, so I think there's only 3 or 4 that we won't be using, but we will be using the rest of them. So what you're going to want to do is, first off, you're going to need to download the restored content mod. I believe version 186 is the latest on Deadly Stream. So we're going to go ahead and download this file. And that's going to take 2 minutes. Hopefully that goes quicker in a second. So I'm not going to be using the M478 mod in this playthrough because M478, while it is an amazing mod, it's kind of a dull planet, and it's more like you play through it once and then you never want to go back to it again. It is a very good mod. The modders did an excellent job with it, but it also causes a bunch of compatibility issues with some of the other mods that I have here, so it's not really worth using when you have this many mods. So we're just going to be using TSL, RCM, and then the rest of the mods that I have already downloaded. Okay. Alright, sorry about the black screen, guys. That was the administrative prompt. So my KOTOR 2 installation is from Steam. So we're going to go ahead and hit Browse here. And we're going to go down to Steam. And Steam Apps, Common, Knights of the Old Republic 2. We're going to click OK. And next, we're going to be doing English. Next, and install. And I do apologize if you guys hear any of my computer noises, because I'm not wearing headphones. I just have my speakers on, just to make this video real quick. So TSL RCM is installed. Now we can begin with the rest of the mods. So all of these mods that I have here, I think probably about 99% of them can be found either on Deadly Stream or over here at Nexus Mods. And I'm not going to scroll to the next pages. Sorry, I should reword that. I'm not going to go to any more of the other pages because there is some nudity mods on here, so I don't need that on my YouTube channel. But Nexus is fairly simple to use, so let's just say you want the KOTOR 2 Alpha Textures mod. You do need an account. I'm not sure why I'm not signed in, but once you sign in, then you go to Nexus Mods, find your mod that you want, and then you're going to come over here and click on Files. And you're going to hit manual download, and then if you're signed in, it will start the download. Yeah, and then Deadly Stream is just you click on whatever mod you want, and then you just click on download this file, just like I did with the TSL RCM. So now that that is done, we can go ahead and begin installing some of these other mods. So most of these are pretty simple with the TSL patcher. There's also, most of the time, you should pay attention to what order you install them in. but I'm just kind of gonna wing it with this one. So here we go. All right, so this one's a TSL patcher, so you just run the TSL patcher file. It's gonna say yes, and that's gonna be annoying for the recording because it's gonna black screen every time it asks me for the admin prompt. So we're just gonna use the base installation here because we are not using M478. We only have TSL RCM. So we're gonna hit select, and then we got this little window here. You click install mod, and you get this little window here. And you want to go to your installation folder. And yes, I know there is an easier mod. There's another, well, it's not a mod, but there's a program that allows it so your install directory can go to your desktop, and then you can just click the desktop without having to go through so many files, or directories rather. But I did not download that program, so. Now, always remember to, when you're installing these TSL patchers, there's probably with half of them, there's always warnings. Warnings are okay when you're using the TSL patcher, but if you get any errors, then errors are not okay. So you can see we have 16 warnings encountered. That's okay. If you have any errors, then something is wrong. Alright, so we have adaptive HK repair here. What adaptive HK repair does is it makes it so when you are putting the parts into HK to rebuild him, as you install, you know, the vocabulator and the chassis and all those other parts, it visually applies it to HK. So when you're looking at them, so you can kind of see your progress when you put them in there. We're just gonna go with. Actually, we can do the bottom one here too. So the bottom one here, we'll do the visually repair mod plus the HK50, 51 reskin, and then you want to select the TSL RCM compatible option because we are using TSL RCM. So again, we're just going to browse to our KOTOR directory. Oop. And there we go. A lot of this video is going to be very boring, so if you already know how to do this stuff, then you definitely don't need to watch this video. Most of it is done through the TSL patcher, which is just running this program like I did. The other one is easy peasy, drag and drop. While that is going, we can actually go ahead and go to our KOTOR directory in another tab, so that way when we do get to a drag and drop one, we can go ahead and do that. Alright, so let's go ahead and, how do I make this? Can I not do that? Okay, that's fine. That's fine. Alright, so this one is finished, so I'll click exit. This one is just a description fix for a robe. This one's just a drag and drop, so you're just gonna copy the file and go to your KOTOR 2 directory. You should have an override folder. If TSL RCM did not make one for you, just right click, new folder, and then name it override, just like that here, one word. We're gonna come in here and we're gonna paste the file. And it's as simple as that. If you do have different folders, like if you get a mod that I'm not using here, obviously you definitely would want to read the README file or the install instructions on the site that you downloaded it from. Because some mods have you put files into the modules folder, which is right here. If you're using the TSL patcher, obviously it'll do that automatically for you. But yeah, just read the description if you're using a mod that I don't have. So next up we have animated energy shields, which also works in KOTOR 1 as well. So this just gives you a nice little animation when you're using the energy shields. This one is Atrus's Holocron. We're going to go ahead and use the animated one. This just has some changes for the Holocron in Atrus's Academy on Telos. Scruffy Atten just gives Atten a little scruff on his face. So we're going to go ahead and paste those in there. Now you notice here I wrote this or 4K only because you can only use this mod or you can only use the 4K mod. We have the balance tweak feet pack. I only used 2 of the ones out of here, so we're gonna grab the force crush balance one and we're gonna run this TSL patcher. Okay, that one's done. And whoop, too far. We're gonna also run the disable droid interface feet. Okay. I don't use any of the other ones in here. You guys can, install them if you want to. This one allows Beodor to wear heavy armor. Go ahead and install this one. Okay. Beodor reskin. I don't think I'm going to use this one this time around. Just kind of personal preference, really. I don't know why the archive was titled Darth Maul, because he doesn't really look like Darth Maul. I mean, I guess with the horns, maybe. But, yeah, I'm not going to use this one this time around, so we'll go ahead and skip that. This was a mod I downloaded to try. However, on my phone, it did not seem to work. And I don't know why. So maybe we'll install that at the end, and we'll get lucky maybe. This mod just adds a new player head. Well, it replaces one of the player heads to make it look more like the actual Jedi Exile. I think it was based off of the comics. I can't remember what the description said. Choose Myra or Hanhar is pretty self-explanatory. It allows you to choose which companion you want, not based off of your alignment. So I do like that mod, because sometimes I usually go with Myra, but I'm also not always light-sided. So yeah, that allows you to choose. Community patch. Community patch just kind of fixes other bugs, and I think there's a couple of QOL changes. Alright, we got 16 warnings, but no errors, so we're okay there. Companion starting gear. I think I'm going to skip this mod this time around, because I think it was a fairly new mod, because I don't remember using it before. Because a couple of the mods in this list are new ones, to me, anyway. And I thought that the description said the armors were upgradable. So you could add in, the underlays and stuff. But it wouldn't let me upgrade any of the companion armor during my playthrough. So I think I'm going to just skip that one this time around. This is a high resolution mod for Dantooine. I have high resolution mods for all of the individual planets and places. So we're going to go ahead and copy all these files and put them in the override folder. And this wants us to replace files. So I think these are all texture files. Yeah, these are all texture files, so this will be okay to replace. It just means that one of the other mods we installed has changed some kind of texture on Dantooine, but that's okay. Okay. So we're gonna go Dark Harbinger, new playable. I think I'm gonna skip this one this time around because I'm gonna play a female during my Twitch streaming playthrough. We have Darth Malik's armor reskin here, so we'll go ahead and copy these, put them in there. Dead officer fix Paragus for the dead officer. I think, I might be wrong, but I think this is the, it was like a body fix. So the way he died in the hologram didn't line up with his body, his corpse, rather, on the floor, his rotting corpse. And it's not needed at all. It just makes it look more appealing. That is all. Droid special weapons fix. I forgot what this mod does. I don't remember if it's... Okay, no, these are UTI files, so... Yeah, I don't remember what that one does. I think I'm gonna skip this mod this time around. Yeah, I think I'm gonna skip this time around because I don't know if it's... It kind of looks okay on mobile, but it also kind of was giving me problems using the Saber console. So I'm gonna skip that this time around. We got Duxon high resolution mod. Go ahead and paste in there. We got the Ebon Hawk fog fix. The fog fix is for the map. I don't really know why I'm getting it, because I never look at the map on the Ebon Hawk. But, you know, I don't know. Maybe I'll get lost, and I'll have to look at the map, so it'll look nicer. This mod here is an Ebon Hawk reskin, so it reskins it to, you know, make it look nicer. So, and I do apologize if I'm going too fast, but, you know, all these files that I'm copying here, I already have extracted and stuff. Like when you guys download it from Deadly Stream, you're going to have a WinRAR file. So you're just going to open it. You're going to open that. You're going to take these files here and you're going to extract them. And then when you extract them, then you can copy them over to the override folder. Although I guess if you really want to, you can just extract them into the override folder. I just like having them already extracted for when I do multiple installations. PFHC03. So this is a head. I just don't remember which player head it's for. But we're going to go ahead and do the vanilla zombie one. Because why not? I think it's for a male head. I just don't remember which head gets modified. Although we're playing female anyway for the first playthrough, so. Exile's improved armband. This might break compatibility, and I forgot which mod it causes compatibility with. Actually, was it the armor one? Or no, let me see if this was in here already. That's not in there yet. Okay. So I did put that in there. But I'm not sure what mod causes the conflict. So we'll figure that out when we get to it. Next up, we have Exile Saber Fix, which just adds the bronze color to the list of saber colors that you can tell Atten when he asks about your lightsaber. This is the extended Enclave fix for compatible with TSL RCM. There's two different versions listed on the description. Sorry, listed under the files. So we have the standalone TSL RCM. We're not using M478, so we don't need to use the compatibility patch. And if you're doing a mobile install, for your phone, your iPhone, or your Android, make sure that you select the mobile option here. Okay? We're not doing this playthrough on mobile, so we're just going to do standalone. And go ahead and install this. There we go. Alright. So we have extended Korriban arrival here. All this mod does is it extends the dialogue about going to, or sorry, landing on Korriban. So it's a nice little, just nice little extras. All right, next up we have extra thorium charge. So what this does is it gives you basically an extra thorium charge, so that way you can both blow open the door on the Korriban Korriban door. Trying to think of the KOTOR one guy's name. Ulak, I think. It's been so long. Yeah, I can't remember his name. So anyway, you can blow open that door, and you can also blow up the cache on Duxon, where previously you would only choose, one or the other. So that's what this mod's for. Put that in there already. We're gonna do the female Bastila head mod also, because why not play as Bastila? Green undies, why not? Although, actually, we're not going to do this mod. I changed my mind. We're not going to do this mod because I'm going to play with this female head to be like the Jedi Exile. So we're gonna skip the Bastila mod for this time around. But if you guys want to use it during your installation, you can. This was available on Nexus Mods, I believe. We got fire and ice, new textures. Just makes the textures look nicer for explosions. Fit Handmaiden and patch makes her. Oh wait, that's the patch files. Sorry, we gotta run the TSL patcher first. So actually, before I install this, I should explain that to you guys. If you download the Fit Handmaiden mod, it just makes her look less scrawny looking. Under the file section, you're going to be able to download the Fit Handmaiden, which is going to be the TSL patcher, and then you're going to have to get the patch here as well, which is separate under the file section, so you want to download both. And then what you want to do is you want to extract these two files, or again, you don't have to extract them, but make sure you run the TSL patcher first. The mods with the TSL patcher, you do need to extract, because when you run the TSL patcher, if they're not extracted, it won't read the TSL patch data folder. So these ones have to be extracted. So we're going to go ahead and install this mod. And then once this mod is installed, we can go ahead and copy over the patch files, which patches the mod to be compatible with something else. I don't even remember what mod it wasn't compatible with. So copy those. Now we are going to replace these files because the ones that were installed are not compatible. So we know that now. But when you're copying other files over and it says replace, then you might run into a compatibility problem unless it's a patch file. Then you know it's okay to replace it. I did install this mod, but I didn't notice it working on mobile, but maybe it's just because it was like a smaller, screen. So that's the before. Oh yeah, that definitely wasn't working. This is what they look like on my mobile playthrough. So we're gonna go ahead and try to install it again. Maybe I just didn't notice it on my mobile playthrough because the screen's, small. So we'll go ahead and install that again. We'll give it another shot. We got high res beam effects, just more stuff in higher resolution. Easy copy and paste. We got high quality blasters, makes the blasters high quality. Pretty much everything in the name is all self-explanatory. Mostly as to what the mod does. Alright, next up we have improved AI and the patch. So, when you download this, you're going to have this modified AI application. When you run this, it's going to make a folder and extract everything for you. So once you run this and it makes the folder, you're just going to open that and then install the AI Tweak TSL patcher. And we are not using the high level force power mod, so we're going to do install modified AI without high level force power support because we don't have that mod. And even if you did have that mod, this still doesn't really play well with that mod. So generally, I use modified AI over the high level force powers. Every once in a while, I won't use this mod, but 9 out of 10 times I do use it. Just because it makes the AI do more stuff in combat. You know, like they actually use more force powers. They throw more grenades, so it makes it more fun, but it also sometimes makes it more challenging. So once we have that installed, we got the patch here, which is this file right here. I have already extracted, so I'm gonna close out of that, copy that, paste that in there. We're gonna replace the file because it is a patch file. Next up, we have improved Paragus asteroids. Just makes them look nicer. Next up, we have JC minor fixes. These are just some minor bug fixes that was made by the JC member over on Deadly Stream. Although I think he's also on Nexus Mods. I don't think I use the resolution fix. Oh, maybe I did. No, it was straight fixes that I didn't use, because straight fixes is already included in the community patch. So we're going to go ahead and replace those files. We're going to do resolution fixes. We're going to replace these. Now these are texture files, so these are okay to replace because they were in there from one of the other high resolution mods that I have. So I'm just popping those in there. Core file. I don't think I need that. All files go in the override. Yes. Alright, now we got model fixes. I don't think I used the K1 style running. I think I just did these ones. Alright. We got JC's Handmaiden Sisters. So all this does is it changes the look of the handmaiden's face to be more different from her sisters because she is supposed to be different. We're going to use the TSL RCM compatible one because we are using TSL RCM. Alright, next up we got the KOTOR 2 improved gameplay mod. This one kind of goes hand in hand with the modified AI mod. And with both of them together, it definitely makes for some challenging moments. Alright, so we got that one done. These are the high resolution texture files for Korriban. Put those in there. Kill the Ithorian Citadel. Ooh. No, wait, never mind. I was wondering if this was what was causing the crashes on my mobile install, but this, I don't think so. So we're gonna go ahead and install this mod, actually, because I think I'm gonna do a dark side playthrough for my first run through. Yeah. So next up we have Krea's Fall in-game. What this does is if you um if you get enough influence with Kreia and you basically ask her, what happened, that cutscene that renders in like the movie style cutscene format is changed to be rendered in the game now, so it looks a little nicer rather than doing that pop out old resolution style. All right. Krea's Loot Sword. This is another new one I found that is it's nice. It doesn't do anything other than like aesthetics. So we're gonna go ahead and use the longsword version to keep it more authentic. So what this does is when loots, Kreia loots now. But what this does is it changes Kreia's looting to actually when you first encounter Scion and Kreia goes and, talks to him and takes care of him and then, bad stuff happens. She actually kneels down to the floor and she'll loot a sword or a lightsaber, depending on which version you install, from a Republic corpse instead of just, pulling it out of thin air. So that's all this mod does. I couldn't find the words I was looking for. It's not really a QOL mod. It's more just like aesthetics, so it just, it just looks nicer. It looks like, that should have been how it was made to begin with. Instead of just whipping out a vibroblade out of nowhere. So this fixes Lux's hair. So we're gonna go ahead and run the head fix. And then for the body fix, which will be next, I believe I went with option 2 because I like the way that one looked the most. Not that we really see her for that long. Yeah, we're gonna use the regular waist. I apologize for the coughing. I just got back from the dentist earlier today and my mouth is still numb and all dry and yeah. Alright, so right here we got the Malachor high resolution files. I don't know what mod. Well, these are texture files, so this should be okay to replace because they're just textures. Mandalore lore masks. This just makes the Mandalore mask look more lore friendly. This one is the most lore friendly version, but I think I went with the all silver one just because I liked it, all silver matching. So I'm gonna go ahead and use that one. This fixes Myra's hair. Well, I say Myra. Some people I've heard say Mira, so I don't know which way to pronounce it. But I'm gonna keep saying Myra. Multi-stem is a pretty cool mod. I've used it a couple times in the past. So what it does is it's an item that you can create at a lab bench, and what it does is it takes all of the stems and the stems that are in the game. I was gonna say adrenals, but this is not SWOTOR. This is KOTOR. It takes all the stems that are in the game and combines them into a multi-stem. So when you use the multi-stem, you get all the benefits of all the stems. Now it is a little pricey to craft, which is good because it's kind of overpowered with all of the stats that you get from the multi-stem. But then if you think about it, you're also getting all of the stems in one stem. So I think the cost is pretty fair for what the mod does. This one we just did is the Narshada high resolution mod. And this, yeah, I'm gonna skip this one. This is a hyperspace new look for when you're in hyperspace on the Ebon Hawk and you're just kind of chilling there, kind of like after you leave Paragus and you gotta talk to your companions. I'm gonna skip this mod because I wrote it might not be compatible because there were some files, excuse me, that were replaced. Even though I know they're texture mods, I noticed that when I played through on my test playthrough on my mobile phone, it looked a little funky. Like it wasn't the remake graphic, but it also wasn't the original graphic. So I'm gonna go ahead and skip that. I'm gonna go ahead and use the new lightsaber blades for TSL mod. I did install this on my mobile device, and I also installed the Dupli Saber mod, which is one that I skipped. This one right here. I skipped this mod because of the reason that I'm using the new lightsaber blades mod, because a lot of the textures and stuff weren't showing up, and I think it's because both mods do things with the lightsabers. It didn't really break everything, it just didn't look that good. So we're just going to modify the vanilla sabers. Yeah, let me go ahead and take a drink real quick. Super big water jug. Gotta have enough water. Alright. So on to the next one, which is the Onderon high resolution texture files. That should be okay. Party swap. This is to switch out the handmaiden and the disciple, so you can have both party members at the same, doesn't matter if you're was it male or female. So you can use this mod to have both of them. We're not using M478, so we're gonna go ahead and run the default installation. Now there is also a Coruscant Jedi Temple mod, but we are not using that mod, so we're not gonna need that compatibility patch. So we're just gonna go ahead and proceed with the default installation. Alright, I think we are halfway through the mod list. We did skip, I think, 4 mods so far. I think. Now this isn't a new mod, but this mod is new to me. I have not used this mod yet, and in my mobile test playthrough, I have not made it this far yet. Well, I have the handmaiden, but I didn't go to Dantooine yet, so I have not been able to test it yet. I don't know if you're given an item at the time on Dantooine that allows you to switch between them, or if you need to maybe craft something at the workbench and then that allows you to switch between them. I don't know. I have not gotten that far yet to try this. So there's also a patch for the Extended Enclave mod. We are using the Extended Enclave mod, so we're going to go ahead and run this patch to make them compatible. And we do not have M478 installed, so we're going to go ahead and use no M478. This is a little confusing. There's an Extended Enclave patch installed, but we do not have the patch, and we are not using the patch, so we're just doing no M478 EP installed. because this, yeah, it just makes it totally confusing. But this is a patch just to make Party Swap and Extended Enclave work together. We don't have the patch for Extended Enclave. So hopefully that makes sense. So we're just going to go ahead and do the no M478 one. And we're going to install that mod. Go down here. There we go. Okay. We got progress large monitor adjustment. We're gonna use the original textures. This just makes the large monitor on progress look a lot nicer. Persistent Scion is a mod that makes it so he's not like biased on the male and the female. So we're gonna use version A, and we don't have M478, so we're just gonna use version A. So now he expresses interest in both male and female exiles. Version B, I think, only expresses in males. Yep, males only. So it's like the opposite of vanilla. So we're just gonna use version A. That way, Scion cares about everyone. Okay. This is another fix for a player head model. I wonder why I didn't have these extracted though. Did I use this fix? Fixes the gray spot on the fourth Caucasian female player. Oh, maybe I didn't do this because the other mod might use these files, so it might not be needed. Let me see. No, they're not. Okay, so maybe I just skipped it on the mobile then. Player and party underwear makes you have a bunch of different options here for different colored and styled underwear. However, the ones that I used did not seem to work on the mobile install, so I'm just going to skip that mod completely. Protolog item recovery makes it so you can get your items back that was gained in the protolog when you're playing as T3M4 on Paragus. If you open up the door where 3CFD is on Paragus, there's an extra footlocker in there that contains the items that you gathered during the protolog. And you do not have to play the protolog in order to get the items. You can skip the protolog and they will still give you the same items that you would have gotten. Now this mod also gives you two ways to install. You can just do the override one and copy and paste these items. But I did the TSL patcher because I prefer this method over the just copy and paste one. So this mod gives you both options to do that. This is the quarterstaff replacement pack, so it kind of like changes the hilts and stuff of a bunch of the quarterstaff items in the game. Like on Progress, you can find the I forget what it's called, but the thing that's like a quarterstaff. The Gans also have one, so it changes the way that they look. Now we got realistic visual effects. Another graphic overhaul. Okay. Remote tells influence. This just makes it so you can go to Beodur's remote and you can ask him what your influence level is with a certain member of the party. So we're going to extract these. We're going to copy those, paste those into the override folder. And then we're going to extract this And then we're going to copy this file and put it in the override folder to make it compatible. I think I did Progress 2 with extra asteroids. Those in there. Rescaled Trandoshans. This mod makes it so Trandoshans in the game look more to size. Oop. There we go. Yeah, shadow robes fix. This just fixes the wonky looking shadows. When you wear robes. Copy all these files here. We're not using movie style robes mods, so we're just gonna paste these in here. Maybe. Let me cancel that. Oh, I think it's because we have that. Oh, it should be okay. I think it should only be. Oh, wait a minute. PMBMM. This was actually one of the crashes I was getting on my mobile installation. So I wonder if this mod was also causing some crashes. So you know what? We're gonna just stick with the messed up shadows. That's fine. Totally fine. This is Sith Assassins with sabers. This mod makes it extremely difficult to get through the Harbingers, Sith Assassins. That was a mouthful. Because it gives them lightsabers rather than training staffs. So we're gonna go ahead and install it. Because, make it more difficult. Okay. Alright. Sith troops to assassins. This changes the Sith troopers that board the Ebon Hawk at the end when you're leaving Progress to become Sith assassins. Because it didn't make sense since you were being stalked before by assassins. Why would they be troopers? So yeah. So we're just gonna do part 1 and part 2. We don't need the lower XP. 1. Oh, hold on 1 second. Okay, sorry about that. I had a phone call. So we're gonna run this again, and we're gonna install part 2. Here, 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 and there. All right, so we are done with that one. This one is thematic Sith Lords. If I remember correctly, actually, it should say it right here, right? I think it makes each Sith Lord, yes. So it balances each Sith Lord in a certain stat instead of making them all the same. So like, Scion will be super good in like lightsaber combat, and then the other person, Nihilus. I don't know exactly how to pronounce his name, but he'll be more, um, he'll have more wisdom and charisma for using force powers because that's, like his whole theme. So The mod seemed good to use. Thigh boots for Twi'leks is just another. I'm only gonna use the NPC replacement ones here. Oops. It's just another like visual mod. All right, so we have this is AI upscaled icon overhaul, which makes all of the icons more high resolution, pretty much. Actually, I should just do Control A. I just want to scroll down to the bottom. And okay, I don't see the one I was looking for. So, okay. So we're going to copy all these files and put them into the override. We got 15 files with the same name. Let me see what these are. Finesse, bowcaster. So I think we're gonna skip these files because I think these ones, they're like the quarterstaff ones, these are from the different quarterstaff hilts. And then I think these lightsaber ones are from the more hilts for the new lightsaber hilts mod. I think those are from that. So we're gonna go ahead and just skip these files because all it is an icon overhaul. So the original ones will just be from the mod developer. We're gonna skip the armor expansion plus patch mod because I'm not sure which mod is causing the crash I was getting. So TSL camera FOV just sets the camera FOV to be 80 instead of the 59, I think it is, at default. So it looks a little nicer at 80. We got the Citadel backdrop. Whoa, there, we had a little hiccup in lag. Okay. We got the hack pad. I don't really use the hack pad to cheat, but the hack pad is nice for if you need to. It kind of goes together with the warp band that I have also. Every once in a while, the game has a hiccup. Yes. So a couple of times, I don't know what mod causes it, but a couple of times when when you wake up on Nar Shaddaa in Myra's little hiding spot, after the Jedi talks to you in your sleep, the door out to the hallway doesn't open. A lot of the times it's stuck, and then when you try to open it, you can't open it. And I don't know what mod causes it, but it only happens sometimes. So a mod like the hack pad and the warp band will allow you to either force open the door with, the mod, or just warp to the like beginning of that Nar Shaddaa area, which I'd rather not do because then you miss all those enemies. So I use the hack pad to force open certain doors. We got some head model fixes here. We're gonna skip that one because I don't know if that's from the other Jedi Exile mod or not. We got the Skybox mod. The Skybox mod is needed to use the high resolution texture mods for the planets. Okay. Kinrath Egg Bash Crystal Drops. Pretty much in the name of the folder. It makes the Kinrath eggs that you bash on Dantooine drop crystals, or have a chance to drop crystals, just like in KOTOR 1. So we're gonna use the slim neck model here. This just fixes the male Twi'leks, so that way the armor that they wear doesn't clip with their necks. So we're gonna use the slim neck model, to fix the clipping that happens. We got the Prestige class fixes. We're just using the Jedi Master Sith Lord fixes. We're not going to use the Weapon Master Marauder fixes. And we're going to replace those files. And this is another new mod. Well, it's kind of new, but I haven't used it before. So the Ultimate Workbench 2.0 is, I messed around with it a little bit on the phone. It seems pretty cool. I wouldn't say that everything is balanced, but a good majority of the items are balanced. So I have beaten KOTOR 2 many, many times. And a lot of the game obviously is RNG based with the loot that you get. And so I figured I'd use this mod in a playthrough just for like a different kind of approach. So what this mod does is it allows you to craft pretty much just about anything at a workbench for, you know, the price of components. So the higher end items are obviously they cost more in the game. There's a couple of things in there I don't really like because it feels kind of cheaty, and I feel like the component cost should be a lot more than what it is set to. So like for example, if you don't have a level up, but you know last level up you were like, oh man, I should have went with you know, Master Flurry instead of Master Power Attack. You can go to this workbench and you can craft a blueprint for 1,000 components that will teach you Master Flurry for just the price of 1,000 components. So maybe those ones are okay, but for some of the feats and powers that are in there, I feel like they should be a little bit more than 1,000 components, just because it is something that you normally just get through a level up, you know, but now you can just go and craft it at the workbench. So I probably won't use that feature, that part of the mod in my playthrough. But I do like that you can craft just about any other item in the game, from, you know, blasters to lightsabers to armor, grenades, mines, you know, everything that you couldn't normally craft before. And the cool thing with the lightsabers is that you can't craft a lightsaber right off the bat just because you want one. I mean, if you're gonna, you know, if you're gonna cheat, then you might as well just cheat and just give yourself a lightsaber. So this is actually cool because it locks the lightsaber parts until you craft your first lightsaber, which is pretty cool. So we got the galaxy map fix here. So all this does is it changes the galaxy map icons to be moved around to be more like lore friendly, I think. Or in the order that they're actually supposed to be in. So we're just going to use the vanilla / TSL RCM mod because we don't have M478 and we don't have Coruscant. So we're going to install this mod. I hate it when it puts it off to the right. There we go. Alright, almost done. So we got the tweak pack here. I think we just used the individual component installer to remove a couple of components from TSL RCM. And these are the couple that I use. I usually do the KV removal just because the way that they restored it in TSL RCM is kind of a little weird. And it feels kind of weird, but I'm going to keep it in here for this playthrough just in case I have anyone watching that hasn't ever seen the TSL RCM mod. So I'm going to leave that NPC alone. So we're going to do this one, which changes this guy's NPC head model texture to be more in line with the voice that he has. Okay, we're gonna go ahead and run this one again. I did think I usually do the Ravage Mandalore one. It's been a while since I've used this mod, other than just installing it the other day. I think I installed this one. Usually with most mods, I remember the options that I select. We're gonna do the at the end one. And again, these are just tweaks to TSL RCM. So you don't have to use this mod if you don't want to. Or if you only want to use, one of the options from here, you can. That's why we're running it a couple of times, and we're skipping some of them. Because you don't have to use all of these. You don't have to use all of these. You don't have to use any of these. It's personal preference. So we got 2 more to go. We're gonna do the Trias Mandalore conversation tweak. And then the last one we have to do is the Sith Lord masks. Trias Sith Lord masks. Alright. Ultimate Character Redux. This overhauls pretty much every NPC character in the game. I'm trying to see if this also had that file in here or not. PMHH. PM. So we were looking for PMB, I think. PMB HO2. Okay. I don't think this one has that file. The one that I'm concerned with for the crashing. So I think we're gonna go ahead and do this one. Again, it's not a big deal with that one crash because you can just skip it anyway. But it would be nice to know what mod causes it. Let me decide. We got Bulma, Droid. Alright, you know what? We're gonna skip the rest of those ones. That way those guys don't get overhauled. Just in case one of the other mods wants them to look a certain way or whatever. I don't know what other mods have changed the characters. We got the ultimate high resolution texture pack. I forgot which one. Oh, this is for the Harbinger, Paragus, and Telos. That's right. I didn't name the folder. But this mod does all 3. Paragus, Telos, and Harbinger. So that's the hyperdrive one. We're gonna skip the rest of those as well. Oops, I keep going back in the wrong folder. Alright, now we got upscaled maps. Makes all of the maps look a lot nicer. These are the Ebon Hawk ones, which I think I installed the Ebon Hawk mod. And the other ones might be already included with the high resolution one, so I'll just skip the rest of the ones. This is a voiceover tweak for some dialogue with Visas and Nihilus. And we got the Warp Band mod. Again, this mod is a little cheaty, but, if you run into a problem in the game, such as crashing, and you just need a way to get around it and warp yourself somewhere else, then this is the mod for you. Alright, this was supposed to say swoop monitors, but it said whoop monitors because I forgot the S. So it's now called whoop monitors. So this just replaces those monitors with better looking texture ones. We got the Workbench Crystal Attunement mod, and I think we're gonna use version B. B, yes, removes the learn how to use the workbench option. Although, I don't know if that matters anyway. Okay, yeah, we gotta skip that file because the ultimate workbench mod modifies that file, so. I can't remember if this mod... Okay, no it doesn't. Alright, so this one just makes the Mandalorian armor look more worn out since, you know, they've been out on Duxon for a while. And we're going to use the Dusto restoration also. This was some more cut content that was in the game. Well, sorry, this was more content that was cut from the game that TSL RCM did not restore. I don't know their reason for it. Maybe it's just because it was kind of, you know, silly because there wasn't much to do, which is why when I install this mod, I'm going to do the extra, the added content installation. I'm not going to do the pure restoration because the pure restoration is just dialogue. So I have never used the added content installation before, so I have no idea if it's going to crash. If it doesn't crash, I have no idea what Dustle is going to have us do. I have used the pure restoration one before, and all it is you just kind of talking with them and having a conversation. So I'm going to use the added content one, and I'm going to see what the mod devs came up with for Dustle to have us do. And I think that was the last mod. Yep, these RAR files, this is just the full mobile build guide that I followed from Reddit. All this is a PDF file that explains to you what some of these mods do exactly, more in detail, rather. And then this is the mobile TSL RCM that I downloaded for my mobile installation. So that's all that is. So that is all of the mods that I'm using. That's how you install them. And hopefully starting next week, I'll be streaming this on my Twitch channel, which I'll leave a link in the description to, so you guys can come over and watch my playthrough on there. So thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed, and hopefully I will see you in my Twitch chat.